Right to Know Week is underway, and the Information Commissioner's Office is inviting the public inside to learn more about the Freedom of Information Law.
Going forward this week, we're going to be doing a lot of PR on the radio, on the talk shows, on television, of course, and also speaking with other groups and promoting the right to know in the Cayman Islands. Part of our activities today was the open house at our offices in Elizabethan Square, where we invited the public to come in so that we could assist them in making a request, and so that we could explain to them, how the process works and this sort of thing. So that was scheduled today. It's scheduled again for Cayman Brac on Friday at Brac House between 2 and 5 p.m. Previously, for 2007 and 2008, it was known as Sunshine Week, but we've now rebranded it as Right to Know Day, more in line with the International Day, and also more in line with what we are promoting through my office. It's a bit confusing, I think, for the public at some time, because obviously the FOI unit was in place first. They're the unit that government set up to bring the law into force. My office, on the other hand, is independent, and the primary purpose is to hear appeals. So my office needs to stay quite separate from the normal making an application until such time as that has failed for some reason or other and the applicant isn't happy. And then they can appeal any decision that has been taken by a public authority. They can appeal that to myself.
I think the most important thing that as an office we would like to put across to everybody is that we are not on anyone's side. We're not on the side of the public authority, and we're not on the side of individual applicants. We simply have to abide by what the Freedom of Information Law states about the disclosure or non-disclosure of information held by public authorities. And it is our intention all the way to stick very precisely to the requirements of the law, and never to indulge in any form of bias or slant towards a particular angle, simply to apply the law fairly and proportionately.
The Freedom of Information Unit, which is where we are, we were tasked with implementing the FOI law, creating the policy and subsidiary legislation that went along with the law, and that's what we've done. So we've created the FOI regulations, the guidance manual about the law. We've trained over 2,500 civil servants, we've trained information managers, senior government officials, elected members of the LA, and so on and so forth. So our role really and truly is to make sure government is ready and they're doing what they're supposed to do when it comes to FOI requests. When the public asks, internal procedures, how it's supposed to work, our role is to support all the government departments who deal with FOI. That's what we're here for. We provide kind of general advice, policies and procedures. So I can't say it's really changed that much. Probably the one thing people have noticed is we've kind of taken a step back from the spotlight, simply because the Information Commissioner's Office, her role is the public education role. Now, before her office opened, before the Information Commissioner's Office opened in January, the FOI unit also did public education because we needed someone out there to do the public education. So we took on that task. But for right now, as the Information Commissioner's Office is up and running, then they have taken over the public education role, and we've taken a step back and really focused on our work within government with all the government public authorities.
I think that it's been embraced both by government and by the people, and it's very exciting because it means for the first time, I think, that people can feel that they are entitled to the information that government holds. They elect the government, it's their government, it's actually their information that government keeps in trust for them. And they're entitled to have that information, obviously with some exceptions, things like national security and legal issues and that sort of thing. But for the most part, people should have that information so that they can make informed choices about their government. We're basically 9 months into the law. We've had more interest, I think, from certain individuals and the press. And one of the things that we're working on doing for Right to Know Week is just to bring in the general public, the schools, a wider cross-section of people, so that they can understand that the law can work for them and they can understand how to make an application, so that they're not, scared to make an application or apprehensive about making an application. We want to point out to them how easy it is.
When Right to Know Week ends, you can continue to learn more about FOI by logging on to www.infocom.ky.